Just imagine you're looking to add a puppy to your family. You go to the shelter to adopt. The shelter staff tells you that they have a max capacity of dogs. They have actually over 200, and this isn't a rare occurrence. It actually happens very frequently in our shelters. Our community has a big problem with the overpopulation of pets. I am here today to try to convince you in Clark County to enforce stricter breeding laws to decrease the amount of homeless pets. As a concerned citizen, dog lover, and rescue advocate, I see a lot of different groups try to take a hold of this situation and make a better future. However, that does not happen. Today I will be discussing the lax breeding laws for Clark County, the backyard breeding situations and puppy mills, and also the effect that the irresponsible pet owners have on our community, in addition to a solution. Clark County website states that a breeder is anyone who needs to have a breeder's permit or show permit before they breed any dogs. They are actually limited to 8 dogs on their property. The same page states that any pet in Clark County must be spayed or neutered. It is the pet owner's responsibility to make sure that this happens. Have you ever seen puppies for sale on Craigslist or OfferUp or even Facebook? The likelihood that these are from legitimate breeders is a long shot. The American Vet Medical Association states, as of 2009, all pets need to be spayed or neutered within the city of Las Vegas limits. Failure to do so is actually considered a misdemeanor. The definition of a misdemeanor is up to 6 months in jail. I have yet to see anybody be charged for this crime. The Animal Foundation states that more than 1,200 animals were taken into their shelter in February of 2018. If you think about February, it's the shortest month of the year. So that number just increases as the year goes on. And that number was actually an 8% increase from the previous year. If all owners are expected to spay and neuter their pets, why do we have such an overpopulation? Why does this continue to happen? Now that I have talked a little bit about the breeding situations, next we will talk about backyard breeders and puppy mills. Backyard breeders are people that own pets and they just breed them illegally at home. Puppy mills are a very different story. They actually have thousands of dogs on their property that are only bred for money. They don't care about the safety, the welfare, how the puppies end up. A lot of them end up deformed because of inbreeding and dumped because they won't make money for their owners. The Humane Society states that 1 million puppies are born every year. This number is outlandish. It's no wonder that our pet population has increased over the years. According to Craigslist, the sale of pets is strictly prohibited. However, Craigslist is not monitored the way that it should be. There's tons of illegal activity on there, anything from selling stolen goods to prostitution. So why do we all use it? Why do we go on there? Why hasn't it been shut down or even monitored? If only the animal control officers would be able to monitor that and take a look, it would definitely decrease the pet population. Now that I've talked about backyard breeders and puppy mills, next I will talk about irresponsible pet owners and their effect on our community. Animal Foundation states in their statistics for February of 2018 that 400 strays were taken in. That includes dogs that were tied to the fence of the dog park hoping somebody would find them. Dogs that were let out of the front door because people just didn't want them anymore. It also includes those backyard breeders of puppy mills that just dumped those dogs on the side of the road. It also includes 70 dogs that were surrendered by their owners, 160 dogs that were confiscated due to inhumane conditions or hoarding situations. This is shocking and horrific, and it happens in our community. Now that I've talked about the problems, finally we will talk about one of the many solutions. The NPR website had an article posted about California. They were the first state to ban puppies being sold in their pet stores. They actually only allow the shelter animals to be bought from their store or adopted from their store. The article states that this ends the needless suffering of animals. It also states that less pets are being euthanized. It gives the animals a better chance of finding a permanent and responsible home. These are just some of the examples that lower the pet population. Here's hoping that Clark County, maybe even the state of Nevada, will follow in California's footsteps. In conclusion, Clark County really needs to enforce the breeding laws. I have discussed the lax breeding laws within Clark County, the puppy mills and breeding situations, and the irresponsible pet owners. Now is the time for Clark County to make the effort and enforce breeding laws for the benefit of our community. Thank you.